Alright, we are back on our Wild West Marathon with our next game, Call of Juarez Gunslinger, which this is going to be the last Call of Juarez we play. I mentioned at the end of the first Call of Juarez that I wouldn't be playing the cartel, mainly because I don't own any version of it, and because I'm mostly sticking to the theme of the actual Old West rather than modern day, which the cartel takes place in modern day. We're not going to be doing like a 100% playthrough of this game. This is the one I played the most, so I already have all of the nuggets of truth and everything like that. They even have a Ray McCall card, which kind of explains the events of the first game. Yeah, so we're just going to be focusing on the story. I'll be getting both endings. I only have like 2 achievements left on this game, which is getting all of the skills, which if I remember correctly, I'm missing 2 different skills, and then getting the redemption ending. So we'll do the revenge ending and then the redemption ending afterwards, which is going to be kind of weird because you have to play through the whole game just to get to that point, but it's not a very long game, so I'll have that ready to go by the time we get to the finale. But yeah, I think this one's still my favorite out of all of them. This is when it felt like they had the gunplay down. Like it feels really nice on this game. The arcade feel to it actually is kind of a good thing to me. I don't know how I feel about the cell shaded graphic style as much, but I don't mind it. It looks really nice still, even to today's standards. But yeah, let's just jump right in here. Should be able to just New Game Plus. Oh, it actually, like, it doesn't stack, because I just went to True West before in the past. But let's just keep it on normal for now.
Don't I know you, sir?
Don't believe so. I haven't been here in many years. Name's Silas Greaves.
Silas Greaves? The bounty hunter?
Used to be.
Well, what are you doing here in Abilene?
Just passing through. Got a little business to take care of.
Well, sir, it would be an honor if you would allow me to buy you a beer.
Hell, son, it would be my honor to drink it.
I'm Molly. Howdy.
I'm Dwight. That's Jack and Steve. Ben's behind the bar. Oh, I bet you got some great stories.
A couple.
Any of them true?
Jack, be nice.
A few.
What about your shootout with Henry Plummer's gang in Bannock, Montana? Is that where you started as a bounty hunter? That's what it says in this here dime novel.
Don't believe everything you read in them dime novels, boy. First man I hunted was back when I was riding with Billy the Kid.
You knew Billy the Kid?
Damn right. That scrawny son of a bitch had no fear. Wouldn't back down for nobody.
I heard he collected the 10 stars off any crooked lawman who crossed him.
It was a war, boy. The Lincoln County War. And Billy promised his regulators would take the life of every bastard who helped bushwhack John Tunstall.
Kid had a big chip on his shoulder and a hair-trigger temper. Made him dangerous as hell. It was about 30 years ago. Billy was hiding out in an abandoned farm near Stinking Springs. I threw in with the kid because the man I had sworn vengeance on was riding with Billy's enemies. But before I tell you why I want that sumbitch dead, let me tell you what happened that day. I was heading back to the hideout when suddenly I had this funny feeling.
Funny, haha?
No, Steve. The other kind of funny.
Yeah, I always liked the way this game was done. where as he's like recalling his memories, the things change on the spot, and like it just alters what's actually happening in front of you. I always thought it was really cool. But, alright. What do we want here? I might want this guy here. Yeah, you get the gold versions of it depending on your skill tree, which I think I can... There we go. So when you finish getting, like, the one that leads to it, you unlock the special version of the gun. Yeah, I'm only missing... Oh, I'm only missing one skill. I thought I was missing two. I'm one skill away from that achievement. I don't really even use shotguns that much. That's probably why I don't have that tree done. Alright, which way are we going here? I usually just pick this revolver though, because it's better for range. It takes a little bit longer to reload. And the fire rate is slower, but I'm usually not point blank.
That's not fair. We're missing all the fun.
I knew those two morons would never let me through. I had no choice.
Who's that? Is he with us?
What the? Is that not hitting? There we go. I didn't turn tutorials off because it's been a while since I played the game.
Oh yeah. I heard the shots.
And I know duels
knew
can be
I
a
had to
little
move
tricky.
fast. Garret and his army of deputies had surrounded the entire homestead. I decided to help Billy and the boys out of it. So that's just what I did. As the governor of New Mexico was paying for the kid's apprehension, Garret was able to hire every gun hand in Lincoln County.
There's piercing on this game, but I don't think you can shoot through trees. Oh, I hit something back there. Yeah, the one thing I like that they changed from the older games, if you rapid tap the reload button, he reloads his guns faster.
Garrett's men were running around like a bunch of chickens with their heads cut off.
Really, it didn't travel through the pumpkin?
Still, one of them reached the water tower. Not a bad idea. Would be a turkey shoot from up there. Luckily, these shooters Garret hired weren't as sharp as tools in the shed.
Probably should have just disabled the
right position is
tutorials.
very important. Personally, I prefer to be on top.
Oh, you do, do.
Indeed, darling. But where was I? Oh, yeah. A lot of them were saddle tramps or sod busters or drunken drifters looking to make a few bucks.
I think I have a skill that slows down time when you fine aim.
Then,
So it looks like
I
that's what's
heard a friendly
happening.
voice yelling at me from the window. Back door! We'll cover you!
Watch your flank!
Truth be told, things weren't much better behind the house. I cut their numbers in half, but that just made the ones that were left twice as mad. They made up for their lack of skill with a seemingly endless supply of ammo. It was a bit of a slog, but I finally fought my way around the back of the house. And like that, I was inside, none the worse for wear. I passed Dirty Dave, and upstairs I found Billy and Charlie Beaudry.
You ain't going nowhere!
Billy looked at me and said, "About time, amigo. Grab a gun and get to the window."
Wait, so you were friends with Billy the Kid?
Yeah, sort of. we were surrounded by dozens of deputized shooters who wanted to do us harm. I'm telling you, Garrett's men were dropping like flies, but they just kept on coming.
Somebody shoot him! Where the hell did Garret get to? He's missing all the action! Over there!
That's when Charlie got hit. They're catching us in a crossfire, shouted Billy.
Oh no.
Get to the other side.
It's just crazy how much more fast-paced this game is compared to Bound in Blood and the first game. Just the enemy frequency, too. There's so many more people.
I don't know how many of those cocksuckers I personally took
Oh, what the hell?
but it was pretty clear, even to Billy.
I'll still
Maybe
press an X to
discretion
reload.
was the better part of valor.
What's that mean?
It means that it was time to cut and run. They got a Gatling, Billy shouted. Get the horses and bring them round back. I'll draw their attention. He directed that order at me, and I thought, why the hell do I have to do it? But I went anyway. Dumbass that I was back then.
Not sure how that didn't hit him. What the hell?
Those poor sons of bitches are done for!
Many would have fled in my place. But I had that false sense of invincibility that many young men have. Like Jack here.
What are you saying, old man?
Jack, he's just joshing with him.
Yeah, he better be.
Mr. Greaves, please continue.
Please, call me Silas, ma'am. Now, where was I?
Alright, there we go. He's down.
You were heading for the barn.
Gonna scalp your ass!
I like his gun holsters.
Making my way past a passel of fallen foes.
Sounds like Garret hired a whole regiment of hired guns.
Yeah, and just when I thought I was done with them, more of these hapless bastards would pop up. Finally, I had the stables within my reach.
I actually think I remember there's one nugget of truth right here.
And that's when I met Sheriff Pat Garret.
I read that you went toe-to-toe with him, sir. That backstabbing bastard with that tacked-on tin star. You challenged him to a showdown.
You read that in a dime novel?
It said he showed no fear as he took your measure with eyes like a rattlesnake.
Now, this is the thing I'm a little rusty at here. So I remember this could be kind of tricky.
And that you killed him in a fair fight.
Is that what that Penny Dreadful said? No, boy. That ain't what I meant when I said I met Pat Garret. So let me start again. I finally reached those damn stables.
Alright, let's run it back.
Stepped inside, and bam! Last thing I heard was Garrett's voice. That's not Billy.
And go on. How did it end?
And, boy, that was just the beginning.
Man, I'm like 930 XP away from my last skill. Yeah, we're gonna be going for honorable kills. I'm not going for any like high score or anything like that. Yeah, that's the end of our first mission. It shouldn't take us very long to get through this game because it's not that long. Most of the missions actually go by pretty quickly, so let's just move on. He wants me to switch to hard. Alright, we'll switch to hard.
So what happened? Did Garret arrest you?
Yeah, after I came to, the bastard had clocked me with his Colt.
And the kid surrendered?
When he realized there was no getting out of there alive.
So they locked you up in Lincoln?
Indeed they did. Sentenced me to hang right along with the kid. It's important to know that I was only riding with Billy so I could find the bastard I was after.
Yeah, we're in prison.
He was with John Kinney's gang, and they were sworn enemies of Billy's regulators.
Why were you after him?
I owed that son of a bitch a bullet for what he had done to me and mine. Instead, all I got for myself was a goddamn death sentence. Luckily, it was right around then that I heard Billy make his move. He shot Jim Bell and a few other guards as he made his getaway. Later, they wrote that some lady friend planted a pistol for him in the privy. What the papers didn't say is that Billy helped me escape, too. My first order of business was finding a firearm.
Alright, let's get the hell out of here.
Luckily, I located Deputy Bob Ollinger's mean-ass shotgun. I saw Billy through the window, and he yelled that I should take to the rooftops to make my escape. So I did.
Anybody see Billy?
Looks like we're using a shotgun.
Son of a bitch shot Jim Bell!
Hell yeah. That scatter gun was like a double-barreled howitzer.
He dropped a revolver?
It could blow a man clear off his feet.
Where the hell did it go?
The damn thing. The kids escaped, raised a huge ruckus.
Guess that was a mistake. I wasn't actually gonna let me pick that up. Here we go.
Guards were everywhere looking for him.
Can't let that kid get away! Anybody see him?
I had to jump from roof to roof like a damn alley cat. I followed the planks where I could, but some of that wood was slippery as hell. The whole town was up in arms. And suddenly, I was a fugitive.
How the hell?
Here we go. We can get our last skill now.
Garrett's gonna kick our ass!
These guys keep infinitely spawning? I actually forgot I was on hard difficulty already. It doesn't actually feel that much more difficult. Alright, I think they just keep infinitely spawning. Let's get our last skill here. Sometimes the achievements can be a little delayed. There it goes. I don't know why the picture's not loading.
And he broke out of jail.
Alright, so far so good.
So that bastard you were after, what did he do?
He did me and my family a grievous harm. But I knew if I was ever gonna find him, I would need to get my ever-loving ass out of there. I tried to be stealthy and sneak my way past.
This town doesn't have a moment's peace.
You!
I don't think stealth is even an option on this game.
Apparently,
That was a
some of them
headshot.
thought I was Billy. See, me and the kid shared a certain similarity in build and color. I was just glad I had Deputy Bob's mean-ass shotgun.
They're shooting in the street!
Whoa. Yeah, this game just feels so nice. I wish Techland would actually come back to the Call of Juarez franchise and just kind of build off of this.
There's children here.
I don't feel safe with this barrel here.
So much lead was whizzing by my head, it was like everyone in Lincoln wanted to put me in the ground. I knew I needed to find a horse. Though I never did have a great fondness for those four-legged grass eaters. Smelly, sweaty, ungrateful beasts. We prize them too high, if you ask me.
You're threatening the lives of innocent people.
This is a dead end. Oh, here we go.
Damn town's going to hell in a handbasket.
Alright, I guess we go forward here.
But where was the kid while you were busy getting shot at?
Gone. And that's when it occurred to me why Billy set me free.
I like when those happen.
So I could be a hapless decoy and draw attention while he snuck out of town. I knew if I made it out of there in one piece, no one would put a price on my head.
Because everybody in Lincoln would be dead?
No, because they
I
all
think I can
thought
pierce through
I was
too.
Billy. And all that blame would fall on him. Meanwhile, Deputy Bob Ollinger was organizing a posse to put me down. He was already a mean son of a bitch, but he was doubly pissed that I stole his mean-ass shotgun.
Get the women off the street! How the hell did he get away? Stop
Wait,
him!
here we go. This should work out.
Goddamn, he's hard to hit!
What am I stuck on?
God damn you!
I think they hit the barrel. I can hear water pouring out of it. Yeah.
Leave him to me!
Oh, I didn't even know it did this auto lock. I forgot I even had that. Oh, it's not very reliable though.
Pissing me off!
Finally, I found what I was looking for. The stables on the edge of town.
I guess Billy saved your ass, taking out Bob Ollinger the way he did.
Billy didn't kill Bob.
Well, sure he did. He dispatched him right after he shot Deputy Bell.
No, sir. Because Bob came right up behind me, angry as hell that Billy had lit out. "Hello, Bob," I said. "I think you better let me go." And he says, "I don't think so, boy. Not with my shotgun." So we stood there in the middle of the street, eyeball to eyeball. He intended to kill me, and I knew I had no choice but to defend myself.
I know.
I killed him in a fair fight. Everybody saw I had no damn choice. Well, Lincoln got a mite depopulated that day. That Garret gunned down Billy 3 months later, so his escape was all for naught anyway.
Alright, nice. We had actually a focus and speed at 100% on that duel. Yep, there's our second mission. Just move on.
So where'd you go after Lincoln?
Mexico. Until I realized nobody was looking for me. I ended up taking a job at the Rurales.
The Mexican Rurales?
I was hired to help them track down the Cowboys.
The most vicious outlaw gang in Cochise County? Curly Bill Brocious? Johnny Ringo?
Led by old man Clanton himself.
They must have paid you a pretty penny to take them hombres on.
Not really. But truth be told, I had my own reasons for going after those boys.
So was the bastard you were after now riding with the Cowboys?
Roscoe Bob Bryant was his name.
Oh.
But no, this time it was a different bastard I was after. The aforementioned Mr. Ringo. And yes, he was working for old man Clanton.
Yeah, this always reminds me when you go after Johnny Ringo and stuff, just reminds me of the movie Tombstone.
Where's he going?
They need to release that in 4K, which I thought they rumored that they were going to this year, but I don't know if that's actually gonna happen.
I came upon them robbing a stagecoach, which wasn't surprising, being they were such murderous thieves and bastards. The bandits wore red scarves, so I knew they worked for the old man.
Over there! There!
I did my best to help those poor passengers. Moments later, the attackers were dead, and I checked the stagecoach to see how many passengers were still breathing.
None of them.
None. It was then I wondered if the rocks weren't hiding more bandits. Was that all of them? Or did I just hit the rear guard? I quickly got my answer. They attacked from on high like Apaches often.
This part actually is kind of tricky on True West difficulty.
And rained down lead on their hapless enemies' heads, making use of the high ground and whatever else they had. Yep, the Apaches always appeared out of nowhere, and there never seemed to be an end to them.
Hold on. Were you attacked by Apaches? What happened to the Cowboys?
Did I say they were Apaches? I said Clanton's Cowboys attacked me Apache style. I was in a pitched battle, but I was holding my own against an overwhelming enemy force. See, at the time, I was still pretty green, but often blunder in regrettable situations. But I just kept shooting at anything I could see up in those damn rocks. I didn't see Ringo, but I knew he was with the Cowboys. He and Roscoe Bob had done me a dreadful wrong, and I was determined to have my revenge.
We're
To get
just
to Ringo,
slaughtering
I'd
them.
have to fight my way past these other assholes first. Unfortunately, I was running out of ammo. Another perfect example of my relative inexperience as a hunter of men. I immediately knew that a tactical retreat was called for, as my vengeful fury was much less impressive without the bullets to back it up.
Yep. They did take all of our ammo.
Finally, they managed to corner me. Trapped as I was, the odds of my survival seemed pretty slim.
Really need that way out.
Just kill him, for Christ's sake!
Oh shit, that's my last bullet.
Luckily, serendipity was on my side as I suddenly spotted a way out of my predicament.
Think you're gonna make it?
Stand and fight, you coward!
Wait, it says I have 1 bullet.
I ran ahead as if the devil himself was after me. Bullets were whizzing by my ears, but I wasn't about to roll over and die. I just kept running like there was no tomorrow. Because there wouldn't be if Clanton and his men caught up with me. As I was scurrying around those caves, I thought, what was I thinking? Going up against a gang like this?
Yeah, I remember this part on
Just
True
kept
West.
running,
It's really
not
annoying.
knowing where the hell I was going. And that's when something miraculous happened. Like manna from heaven, I found the desiccated remains of what looked like an Apache warrior. The old weapon next to him supplied me with some much-needed ammunition. That Masterson once told me it was more important to be lucky than good, and he would know. And imagine my surprise when I found a fistful of dynamite to go along with that ammo. That stroke of good fortune evened the odds and bolstered my confidence. It was time to turn the tables. Time for the prey to become the predator. Time for the hunted to become the hunter. Time.
All right, Jesus, we get it. They were right where you wanted them.
That's right, Jack. I was done running. And the old man's boys were not expecting that. No, sir. I came at them like a wildcat. My fury knew no bounds. It was finally time for that old man to pay for his sins. I yelled out at the top of my lungs, "Clanton, I'm coming for you!" A little stealth might have made more sense, to be perfectly honest. Because that old fool had a Gatling gun and enough bullets to last him till kingdom come. But I knew I could not let that deter me.
Sorry I'm not talking that much. It's just, there's a lot of dialogue in this game. And I don't like talking over like story stuff much. What the? Most everyone thought it was the Ruales who had come up against him in Guadalupe Canyon. Oh man, that went way past him. Oh, there we go.
Apparently, one of the Cowboys made it out of there alive and told Ike and Billy Clanton that it wasn't a Mexican who took their father's life that day. They just assumed it was one of the Earps, and that little misunderstanding eventually led to that legendary gunfight at the OK Corral.
Oh, 600,000 XP is actually just like a hard cap. You basically have, that's like the max thing. I didn't know that. I guess that makes sense though. But yeah, this game is so fun. It's just so fast paced and it really is, you're a gunslinger. Like you're just running in and gunning. It just feels so nice. Let's do another mission here.
A few weeks after that dust-up at the OK Corral, I was still after Johnny Ringo. I had tracked him and the Cowboys to their hideout at a sawmill, and they were loaded for bear.
Yeah, let's try out this other revolver.
Somebody's coming!
What exactly did Johnny Ringo do to piss you off?
Well, him and that other bastard.
Roscoe Bob Bryant?
Yep. They both deserve to die, and I promise I'll tell you why. First, I need to tell you about the Cowboys' new boss, Curly Bill Brocious.
Herb's coming!
Get ready, boys. Curly Bill took charge of the Cowboys upon the old man's demise, and after that gunfight at the OK Corral, the Clantons wanted revenge. So they murdered Morgan Earp and grievously wounded his older brother, Virgil.
The one thing I like about this game is that it's like, it has glimpses of the actual history of these people, and then it's like Silas's twist on it sometimes.
As the Vendetta Ride, hunting those outlaws down. So when I showed up, that's who they thought I was.
I really wish that one auto-targeting thing was more reliable, because that would look really awesome in a big crowd. I think I can actually go up this way. There's actually a nugget of truth at the top of this thing, too, sometimes. Or, well, not sometimes. There is one, like, right here.
There were killers around every corner, all wearing red bandanas. That's how the Cowboys identified each other, and I was beginning to wish I had one myself. But I wasn't about to let Ringo walk away unscathed, and that's what drove me forward.
They say that Ringo was infernally fast.
I hardly saw anyone faster, boy. Certainly not Wyatt Earp. That man was all hat and no cap.
Earp wasn't much of a match for him, but Doc Holliday might have taken him.
That Longer
That's
should
what they
have kept
did
his
in
nose out of
Tombstone.
it. They never charged anyone for the murder of Morgan Earp.
But everybody knew that Curly shot him in the back. That was common knowledge.
Yeah, maybe so. But Ringo had nothing to do with it. He was just being loyal to a friend.
Is that what you call it? Being loyal.
Excuse me, sir. I have a question.
What's that, Dwight?
After old man Clanton died, why didn't his son take over the Cowboys?
Because Ike Clanton was dumber than a box of rocks and a yellow belly to boot. Now, where was I?
Seems too
Taking
quiet.
down the entire cowboy gang single-handed.
Indeed I was, Jack.
Just like how Jack always is doubting him. I'm surprised that actually landed. Oh, and that one, nice. Come on. I hate when dual wielders do that. They have that like weird shake animation. Man, they do a lot of damage.
There he is.
There were carts everywhere, piles of lumber, and God knows what else for people to hide behind. That really was one hell of a sawmill. Quite an impressive operation.
I didn't know if this still would hit me. That was a good dynamite throw, though. That destroyed everything.
And where was Curly Bill? Did you see him?
I'm about to get to that, Ben. Patience. I'm painting a picture here. There was this beautiful waterfall and a crystal clear stream that led to a verdant valley that was truly...
Consider your picture painted. What happened next?
Well, finally the bastards that were still alive made a last stand. Curly Bill, Johnny Ringo, and his compadres took off into the lumber yard, and I followed after.
Yep, Curly Bill's always drinking.
Are you saying they ran? Cowardice was not in Ringo nor Curly Bill's nature.
No, sir. I never said they were running scared. They just wanted me out in the open.
Time to dance with the
Goddamn.
You working for Wyatt Earp? Did that sumbitch Earp send you to kill me?
Where the hell did he go?
Wherever you are. Be right here.
Damn, he's taking some damage, man. He's barely losing any health.
Did that sumbitch Earp send you to kill me? Come on, kill that annoying son of a bitch. Make him pay for that. My bottle. Come on out, son! Hey, got something for you.
This is just some random guy. Can't get hurt.
You can't hide forever, boy.
And even dynamite barely hurts him.
No one kills Curly Bill. Why is he still standing?
Man, can you stop moving your head like that?
Brocious gave me no choice but to take his life. But Ringo was nowhere to be found.
I knew you didn't kill Ringo, because he was found dead in a different location altogether.
To this day, his killer is still unknown.
Indeed. Took me a few months before I finally tracked his ass to West Turkey Creek Canyon.
Johnny Ringo himself.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
I don't know.
Sorry I had to ruin the legend for you, boy. But the legend ain't always true. Doc Holliday had nothing to do with the death of Johnny Ringo.
Alright. Killed him honorably in a duel. We just hunted down the Cowboys, took out the leader and, well, Johnny Ringo, as we just mentioned. Yeah, I think I'll end this part here. They're probably not going to be really long parts consistently, because we are going to get through this game relatively fast, because we're just blowing through these missions here. But yeah, still a super fun game, even though it was just like a mini... I think this was sold on the Xbox Live Arcade as well, so it's basically considered an arcade game, but it is really fun. and I always enjoy playing it. It's still my favorite Call of Juarez, but yeah. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in part 2.